All right, today we're diving into a tool that promises to be the ultimate command center for all things data, Azure Synapse Analytics. The big question is, does it actually pull it off? Let's get into it. If you've spent any time in the data world, you know the drill. You've got one system for your data pipelines, a totally different one for your big data warehouse, and probably another for your machine learning projects. It's a mess, right? You're constantly jumping between tools and things get complicated fast. So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to start with that big data challenge, then see how Synapse tries to be the unified hub. We'll look at the different analysis engines you can use, talk about building data superhighways, and then we'll follow the entire journey from raw data all the way to a real insight. First up, let's really nail down the problem Synapse was created to solve. It's this modern data challenge, which honestly is just a sea of separate, disconnected systems that don't talk to each other very well. And this is exactly where Synapse comes in. See, in the past, you needed all these different tools for moving data, processing big data, and warehousing it. Synapse's whole pitch is that it's a one-stop solution that brings all of those worlds, data integration, data warehousing, and big data analytics together under a single roof. So, our first stop on this tour is the absolute heart of the platform, the Synapse workspace. This is your unified hub for, well, everything. Think about it. Inside this one workspace, you manage the entire lifecycle of your data. You can pull data in from hundreds of different sources, poke around and explore it, run some really powerful analysis on it, and then without ever leaving, you can build visualizations. It's all right there, which is a huge deal. Okay, this is where Synapse gets really powerful. It gets that you don't use a hammer for every single job. So instead of one size fits all, it gives you a choice of specialized engines, so you can pick the perfect tool for whatever you're trying to do. For SQL, you've got two main flavors. First, there are dedicated SQL pools. This is your classic high-octane enterprise data warehouse. You decide how much power you need up front, which gives you really predictable performance and costs. But then you've got serverless SQL pools. This is completely different. It's designed for just exploring files sitting in your data lake. You don't have to manage any infrastructure, and you literally only pay for the queries you run. It's perfect for that quick, ad hoc analysis. But what if your data isn't in neat rows and columns? What if you're dealing with massive data sets for machine learning? Well, that's where Apache Spark pools come into play. While SQL is amazing for structured data and BI, Spark is the workhorse for huge data engineering tasks and data science. And hey, if you've ever used something like Databricks, you're going to feel right at home working in Synapse notebooks with PySpark or Scala. So, we've got our analysis engines, but how do we actually get the data to them? That's where these data superhighways come in, the integrated pipelines. And here's the best part, the thing you really need to know. This isn't some brand new, complicated technology you have to learn from scratch. The pipeline engine in Synapse is Azure Data Factory. It's just built right into the workspace. So if you already know ADF, you're good to go. There's no new learning curve. Now, a super common and really effective way to structure these pipelines is using what's called the medallion architecture. The names pretty much tell the whole story. You start with raw, unfiltered bronze data. Then you refine it into a cleaned, validated silver layer. And finally, you polish that into a business-ready gold layer that's perfect for analytics. It's all about progressively making your data better and more valuable. Okay. Pro tip time, and this is the big one. It's really easy to just work with the default storage that Synapse sets up for you, but let's be real, in the real world, your data is probably sitting in some other external data lake. A major strength of Synapse is its ability to reach out, connect to, and manage data in those external accounts. This is absolutely critical for any serious enterprise project. All right, let's put all the pieces together. It's time to finish our tour by seeing the full journey from a messy, raw data file all the way to a clean, valuable business insight. So after our pipeline does its job, we're left with something like this, a beautiful, clean, aggregated, gold-tier dataset. You see, this isn't just raw data anymore. It's actual information. We've turned messy logs into a structured table that answers real business questions, like what's the average trip distance and revenue for rides with different numbers of passengers? But the journey doesn't stop with a table of data. The final crucial step is visualization. And Synapse has this incredible native integration with Power BI. This means you can hook up your gold data directly to Power BI, and you can even edit your reports right inside the Synapse Studio. You're completing the entire journey, from raw data to a business decision, all within one platform. So let's just end with this thought.
Synapse basically asks a pretty simple but really powerful question. What if you didn't have to juggle all those different systems anymore? What if your entire data and analytics world, from start to finish, from ingestion to insight, could all live together in one single command center? That right there is the whole promise of Synapse.